Have you ever noticed that kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix? You wake up after 7 or 8 hours, maybe even more, and yet your mind already feels heavy. Not sleepy exactly, just drained, like you're running on low battery before the day has even started. And what's frustrating is that on the outside, nothing looks that hard. You're not climbing mountains or running marathons. You're just living your life, answering messages, making decisions, thinking. And somehow that alone feels exhausting. Mental exhaustion rarely comes from one dramatic cause. It builds quietly, invisibly. It's the result of small pressures stacking on top of each other until your brain never truly gets to rest. And the problem is, most people try to fix mental exhaustion the same way they fix physical tiredness. More sleep, more coffee, maybe a vacay if they're lucky. But mental exhaustion doesn't work like that because it's not about energy, it's about load. Your brain was never designed to be on all the time. For most of human history, thinking was situational. You solved a problem, then you rested. You reacted to danger, then you recovered. Today, your brain is constantly open. Open tabs everywhere. Notifications, unfinished tasks, social expectations, future worries, self-judgment. Even when you're lying in bed, your mind is still processing, comparing, replaying, planning. One of the biggest reasons you feel mentally exhausted is decision fatigue. From the moment you wake up, you're making choices. What to wear, what to eat, how to respond to messages, what tone to use, what to prioritize, what to ignore. Most of these decisions feel small, but each one consumes mental resources. And unlike physical energy, mental energy is harder to notice draining. You don't feel it until suddenly everything feels overwhelming. Another hidden drain is constant low-level stress. Not panic, not crisis, just background tension. The kind that comes from always needing to be reachable, always needing to perform, always feeling like you should be doing more, becoming more, optimizing more. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a symbolic one. A deadline, an unread message, a sense of falling behind. Your body reacts as if something is wrong. Over time, this keeps your system in a semi-alert state, which is incredibly tiring. There's also the mental exhaustion that comes from emotional labor. Holding yourself together, regulating your reactions, being polite when you're irritated, being strong when you're tired, being understanding when you're empty. You might not even realize how much effort goes into appearing fine. But suppressing emotions, managing impressions, and constantly adjusting yourself to fit situations takes a real cognitive toll. Another reason is information overload. Your brain is exposed to more input in a single day than people used to encounter in months or years. News, opinions, videos, messages, comparisons. Your brain has to filter, evaluate, and interpret all of it. Even passive scrolling is not passive for your mind. It's processing faces, stories, emotions, threats, and social hierarchies nonstop. That constant stimulation leaves little room for mental recovery. You might also be mentally exhausted because you're rarely fully present. You're physically in one place, but mentally somewhere else, thinking about what's next, replaying what already happened. When your mind never settles into the moment you're in, it never gets the signal that it's safe to rest. Presence is restorative. Mental time travel is not. Perfectionism is another quiet contributor. When your internal standards are high and unforgiving, everything takes more effort. Every task becomes a performance. Every mistake becomes evidence. Your brain is constantly monitoring for errors, improvements, and risks. That level of self-surveillance is exhausting, even if you're highly capable. Then there's the exhaustion that comes from lack of meaning. When you spend most of your mental energy on things that don't align with your values, your brain resists. You can still function, but it costs more. It's like swimming against a current. You're moving, but you're drained faster than you should be. One of the most overlooked causes is the absence of true mental rest, not distraction, not numbing, real rest. Scrolling, binge watching, and multitasking feel relaxing, but they often keep your brain stimulated. Mental rest looks more like stillness, monotony, or single-focus activities. Walking without headphones, sitting without input, letting your thoughts slow down instead of feeding them more content. You may also feel mentally exhausted because you're carrying too many unresolved loops. Open commitments, unfinished conversations, things you said you'd get to later. Your brain keeps these loops active as a survival mechanism, so you don't forget them. But the more loops you carry, the heavier your cognitive load becomes. Clarity is energizing. Ambiguity is draining. Another factor is identity pressure, trying to be a certain version of yourself, the productive one, the strong one, the successful one, the one who has it together. When there's a gap between who you are and who you think you should be, your mind works overtime trying to bridge it. Mental exhaustion is also common when you don't allow yourself to fully disengage. Even during rest, you're half working, half checking, half worrying. Recovery requires contrast. If everything feels the same intensity, your nervous system never resets. What makes mental exhaustion especially tricky is that it often masquerades as laziness or lack of motivation. But most of the time, you're not unmotivated. You're overloaded. Motivation doesn't disappear randomly. It disappears when the system is overwhelmed. So what actually helps? Not forcing productivity, not pushing harder. Relief begins with reducing cognitive load, not increasing effort. Fewer decisions, fewer inputs, fewer commitments, clearer boundaries, more repetition, more structure. Paradoxically, structure frees mental energy because it removes constant choice. Learning to externalize your thoughts helps too. Writing things down, making plans visible, getting them out of your head so your brain doesn't have to hold everything at once. Your mind is for thinking, not for storage. Another key is allowing boredom. Boredom is not a flaw, it's a reset state. When you stop feeding your brain stimulation, it recalibrates. Creativity, clarity, and calm often emerge only after the noise settles. Emotional honesty matters as well. Naming how you feel instead of suppressing it, letting yourself be tired without self-judgment, resting without earning it. Recovery accelerates when you stop fighting your own signals. And finally, meaning matters. When your actions align with your values, mental energy flows more naturally. You still get tired, but it's a cleaner tiredness. The kind that comes from effort, not friction. If you feel mentally exhausted all the time, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain has been doing exactly what it's designed to do under unnatural conditions. Paying attention, adapting, caring more than it should. The solution isn't to become stronger, it's to become lighter. To subtract before you add, to give your mind fewer battles to fight so it can finally rest. And sometimes, the most productive thing you can do for your life is to stop thinking for a moment and let your mind breathe. If this helped you, consider subscribing.